unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live.
Baby. Crazy, bro. Man, it don't get no better than England fans, bro. Man, shout out to what you left. I'm squad.
Folks, stay towards the right, yeah? You'll see me, I'll flash my hazards on as soon as you get there. Bomb squad!
Yeah, baby. Hey, hey, hey.
Music up, Mr. T.
Man, it don't get no better than England fans, bro. Man, shout out to what you left. I'm squad.
Shoot off. She's going off.
The Bronze Bomber Wilder's star power continues to grow as he invades the UK. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest, for the greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, the man Deontay Wilder is atop of his division. You know, with Anthony Joshua losing, it led for new star power, you know, some new blood in the division. Andy Ruiz definitely shot up and became a celebrity overnight, but Wilder's been doing it at a high level. And unlike Ruiz, who's new, unlike Joshua, who's no longer undefeated and just lost, and unlike Tyson Fury, who had a drug binge and weight gained and was disappeared from boxing for 3 years, Wilder has remained a consistent. You know, he's consistently been putting on electric performances, knocking people through the fucking ropes and knocking them on the ground and having them spaz and seize on the ground and stuff like that. And he's defended his titles. Now he's entering kind of like that zone where you see it clicking for him. He's about to be in a movie. You know, he's getting little parts in movies and shit like that. And you see him in NCAA basketball games. You know, you just see him more often, and he's being talked about it. He's on ESPN shows, First Take. You know, he's just everywhere. Now he's in the UK invading them. He talked with BBC Sport. You guys seen the clips at the beginning. He's getting a phenomenal reception, which I'm going to talk about on the back half. He did say, and shout out to BBC Sport, link in the description, the Luis Ortiz fight and Tyson Fury fight, you know, that's still on the menu. Says WBC champion Deontay Wilder vowed to get rid of Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury in his upcoming fights amid surreal scenes at a restaurant opening in West Yorkshire. America's Deontay Wilder spoke to BBC Sport after tucking into a burger and pizza at the Batley Eatery and said he would like to unify the heavyweight division after facing Fury early on in 2020. With hundreds of members of the public chanting and eagerly waiting outside to snap a picture, Wilder said that despite delays in finalizing a date, a bout with Ortiz is still going to take place this year. Quote, Ortiz is definitely happening. I'm looking forward to fighting him. After I knock him out, I will go on to fight Tyson Fury. Knock him out, and then I will go for unification. Said American-born Andy Ruiz, who fights under the Mexican flag, currently holds the belts, the other belts outside of the WBC, when he had a sensational stoppage of Joshua in June. Wilder last fought in May. Incredible first-round knockout of Dominic Brazil, Urban Dictionary, to maintain his unbeaten record. Quote, it has been amazing watching all of these fighters, moments where it has been memorable and history has been made. And upsets too. You see the sport, it have blossomed. He says, as a champion, sitting back watching this has been amazing to see what is going on and the dynamics. Once I get rid of Ortiz, I will get rid of Fury too. We will figure out, but Ortiz comes first. He says Ruiz beats Joshua again, unbeaten before the fight earlier this year. Joshua lost to Ruiz, one of the biggest shocks in heavyweight history. Listen, people got to stop saying that, bro. Like, this shit is frustrating. Boxing is frustrating. You get a lot of motherfuckers. They could, like, I'm okay with people liking the sport and being casual. We need those. We need different fans from different walks of life. But it's crazy. Roger Mayweather is a pure legend. Shout out to Black Mamba, because he called it from the jump. Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. It's crazy. People keep saying that Joshua was this big upset. I don't look at it like Mike Tyson. Everybody knew who Mike Tyson was. Everybody in the UK. He was in Asia where he fought Buster Douglas, in Tokyo and shit, getting love, in Hong Kong and all this shit. Obviously in America, he was a star. No one even knew who Joshua was in America like that. So it's not the biggest shocks in the history of heavyweight boxing. I think Muhammad Ali, like, you guys are disrespecting the sport. Muhammad Ali beating George Foreman based on who Foreman was. This motherfucker was denting the heavy bag. That was a shock to people because they're like, nah, Ali bit off more than he can chew. Foreman, he's hitting too hard. He looks imposing. Stuff like that. They didn't think he could last. Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, Lennox Lewis, Hasim Rahman. These guys, these were, to me, because Lennox Lewis, when he lost to Hasim Rahman, he was already established. He had already had classic fights. I'm pretty sure the Mike Tyson fight had already happened. And a lot of his other, the Tommy Morrisons and Oliver McCall 1 and 2, he had already fought Razor Ruddock, Vander Holy. He had already had those fights in tow. So for Hasim Rahman to stop him out of nowhere, that was shocking. Joshua was built up, great promotion. He has a gold medal, which if you go back and watch that Olympic gold medal match, some people thought he shouldn't have even won that match. I'm not hating on him. You go watch the fight and go, look at the amateur scoring system, the Olympic scoring system, and tell me what you think. But people don't make themselves well versed with this. So, it's just frustrating to see so many people say it's this massive upset. We really don't know who Joshua was because it was strategic. He fought Klitschko at a good time. Yes, it's still Klitschko. Obviously, he dropped Joshua, so there was still an element of a danger. But the reason Klitschko lost is because he couldn't pull the trigger. Maybe in his youthful years, he might have been able to do that because he was pulling the trigger and getting guys out of there and embarrassing guys, and once he had them hurt and stuff like that, Alex Lepai and all that, so that's that, and that's Joshua's real big win. He didn't even look that good versus Joseph Parker in the unification. So Charles Martin, we didn't really know anything about him. So I disagree with this is one of the biggest shocks. I think it's a shock because of where you rated him and how a lot of these motherfuckers criminally underrated Andy Ruiz because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. New media, let's go. Fury said the manner of the 7th round stoppage means his fellow Brit is finished, etc. Wilder said, as far as location is concerned, they need to have a neutral venue, one that not only satisfies the fighters but the fans too. It should be somewhere people have knowledge about. It is too late to figure out the history of a country. Will it be safe? God forbid if anything happens to someone or their family. I can understand why Ruiz doesn't want to go there. Well, I did a video about it. It's looking like they came to terms. Basically, it sounds like Ruiz is going to go to Saudi Arabia. He wants more money, and he got it, you know. So obviously Wilder, this is just breaking news. So Wilder probably didn't know about that aspect of it, that it was, you know, going ahead. Wilder continues, said, I saw Ruiz punch Joshua in the temple, and it knocked his equilibrium out. He could not recover in that man. He got knocked down 4 times. When you are in a situation where you have not been before, it is like life teaching you a lot of lessons on the job. At that moment on the job for Joshua, he had to learn, and he could not pull through, but have fallen this time in life. The next time he might pull through because he has experienced it before, and he should be able to correct the wrongs. When asked who wins the rematch, Wilder replied, Ruiz, in my opinion. I feel Joshua does not know how he lost. That's exactly what I said. Oh my gosh, new media. That means he will not know how to set up a proper training camp, but anything is possible. Boxing is an amazing sport, and just do not know what is going to happen. That's why I love it. Wow, hundreds gather for Wilder's visit. It in what is described as surreal scenes by locals. Global boxing icon Wilder turned up to Batley for the opening of Mr. T's restaurant wearing a long black t-shirt, black jeans, and dark sunglasses. Listen, shout out to BBC Sport. Once again, new media is the ultimate, the supreme, the dominators of this boxing media game, bro. It says global icon Wilder. You've seen the clips at the beginning. Wilder is getting mad, wild love out there in the UK. This is where Joshua is from, Anthony Joshua. This is where, you know, Tyson Fury is from, and you have Wilder out there getting love. Man, I'm in America. I have not seen any situations or like clusterfucks of people coming out for Joshua when he's been out here. Joshua posted a video where he was on the subway and no one was even bothering him. It's like they didn't know who he was. Tyson Fury's been out here in Vegas and stuff, and they lied about the ticket sales, said he sold 9,000, but come to find out it was really like 5,600. You know, new media is straight up winning and dominating. This is not even fair. Old media is dead. I keep telling you guys. Look at it. Everything that they said, all the hate that they had for Wilder, all the contempt, all the things that they said wasn't gonna work, and Wilder, nobody knows him. These guys in old media, they are being made to eat every single word, and for new media, it just sounds delicious to see that type of revenge. They say revenge is a dish best served cold, and god damn it, new media, we getting that. Bro, he's in the UK. This is not his region, and you see the fans. Oh, what a difference 1 year makes. Just a year ago, they were saying nobody knows Wilder. He doesn't deserve 50-50. You know, he's unknown. Who is he beat? Now, the UK's own people are even from the UK are looking at Joshua like, yo, he's talking bad about Lennox Lewis. He's saying some crazy things towards Andy Ruiz all of a sudden. After Andy, like, oh, it was a lucky punch from the gods. The gods gave Andy Ruiz the power of Thor in my temple. That's why I lost, you know. And Joshua's out here kind of damaging his brand, saying this weird stuff about lucky punches. Like, I don't believe in luck when it comes to boxing like that. You know, I believe in like chance and opportunity, you know, that could create like a snowstorm of opportunity for you to, you know, become a champion. You have enough of the right motivators, but it's not luck. These guys train their whole lives for these opportunities in these moments. It was an interesting stylistic matchup. Joshua had less time than he probably prefers to train for him, and he just couldn't hack it like Wilder was saying. But I know this has to be a tough pill to swallow, jagged little pill. Alanis Morissette, you know, for old media. Everything they said, look at the scenes, look at the videos. Wilder is being mobbed by the fans, giving autographs and stuff like that. So for all the stuff that UK fans, Anthony Joshua man fans, Tyson Fury man fans had said about Wilder, they are once again being made to eat their words. Like, I'm talking about, it goes deep. Like, and then look at Dillian White. We still haven't seen a B sample. They were saying just last year that Wilder, no one knows him in the UK, and he don't deserve Joshua. He don't deserve 60-40, 50-50. You know, no one knows him. He needs to raise his UK profile by fighting Dillian White. Fast forward to a year later, new media never bought on to these weak ass talking points. And fast forward to a year later, Dillian White, we don't know if he's even going to be Wilder's mandatory. He got dropped out of the rankings, or at least for the meantime, by a lot of the sanctioning bodies, most but like one, maybe two, right? He has a drug fiasco, and he just completely went radio silent. Nobody knows, you know, where he's at. Like, where it just looks bad. But just a year ago, they were saying that Joshua was the cream of the crop, and now he has a loss. Now he's in a do or die, must redeem himself type of fight. Just a year from now, you know, Tyson Fury, a year later, Tyson Fury is fighting guys that nobody wants to see him fight. You know, autocorrect and Tom Schwarzenegger. Yeah, hey, Dylan, you son of a bitch. Get to the chopper. You know, it just sounds crazy. And a lot of this energy came from the UK. To be honest, a lot of this energy came from radical man fans from the UK. And now look at it. Look, I'm on Dillian White's page, bro. He ain't posted nothing. You know, it's illegal proceedings. He ain't posted nothing since July 26th. It's been about a month since he posted. He put a black picture, you know, the black channels. You know, he put a black picture for his icon, and he's refusing to post anything because he got all this shit hanging over his head. Meanwhile, you look at a guy like Deontay Wilder, as you guys say in the UK, and he got a first round knockout that went stupid viral. He's getting love. Look, he got a Black Panther chain on, representing his people. Oh my God. Look at the people. Bro, he's just out there. Listen, shout out to the real UK fans that, you know, really respect and appreciate boxing, and they don't care where you from, because that's what boxing should be about. Yo, this is late, but I can't help it. I must give a shout out to the people who participated in the first annual Bomb Squad back to school event. Oh my gosh, look at all these children of color, all the young black kids in the area, Birmingham, Alabama. You know, they had a charity event, it looks like, for back to school at Dave and Buster's. You know, Wilder he's representing the culture. He's doing it for the culture, representing his people, and he's entertaining. New opportunities are coming to him, and this is everything old media detests. This is everything that they did not want to happen, and this is so funny to see it. Just listen, all the shit that they said in the comment section for the last year plus regarding Tyson Fury. Oh, Tyson Fury won 10 rounds to 2 and all this bullshit. AJ saying, his team saying Wilder don't deserve 50-50 and 60-40 is too much, and he doesn't deserve a percentage split. We're the A side. All this shit has backfired. You know, he deserves a flat fee. That's all he's worth. These different types of things. Now you have Wilder out in Joshua's neck of the woods getting all the love. Meanwhile, Joshua is trying to switch up his style and come anew so he can hopefully beat Andy Ruiz, you know. And if he doesn't, that's going to be the end of that reign. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. It's crazy to see what changes in a year. And then the people like myself that stayed true to my beliefs and what I seen and predicted and was accurate, I'm good. You know, my credibility ain't shot. I ain't said nothing that, you know, was crazy. So God willing, a lot of stuff I said came true. You know, people, oh yeah, Wilder should take 100 mil with DAZN, all this stuff. It's not looking that way now. You know, the tables have turned. Oh, how the tables have turned. Now you got this man Wilder living like a king. Look, they prayed up, traveling. He got his own merchandise. You see him wearing the hat, man. Go support. I told you, go support the American champion. And then, like I said, I like how Wilder is. He's doing it for the culture and he's doing it for his people, and he's not wavering in that regard. He's not like trying to be someone he's not. He's being real, being down to earth. This is a good future fight too. So Wilder got some options out here. You know, obviously the Luis Ortiz fight has to happen. You know, he's doing the commentary gig. Man, these doors are really opening up for Deontay Wilder. I'm very proud, and I'm proud that new media actually stood for a damn, and we stood for something. And you guys, if you follow my channel, you know what has been said. You know what I've said. You know the talking points and statements I made. But it's looking real ugly for old media. It's looking real ugly because a lot of what they said is just simply not. It's not true. You know, it's not true, and it's looking crazy because this is their worst fears coming true. In essence, they said nobody knows Wilder, bum squad resume. Wilder's getting all the respect in boxing. People are taking pictures and going to his fights, and it's only going to get bigger from here. If he rights his wrongs or whatever, I wouldn't even say it wrong because he knocked Luis Ortiz out, but if he cleans it up and does it even more, you know, quicker or precise or whatever, then his star power continues to grow. The legend continues to grow. And this is what happens when you take proper risk. You know, you take proper risk, you receive the fruits of your labor and the benefits of those risks. So I'm really proud of Deontay Wilder, not only as a fighter, but as a black man in America, who is unsympathetic, unapologetic with his beliefs. And see, this, when I say stuff like this, a lot of people get this misconstrued because they are the problem. They are the problem. You know, the people who, oh yeah, you're bringing up race again. You part of the problem. If you don't want to oblige and hear what people have to say, then you to me, you're part of the problem. But it is so hard for athletes in the boxing game, especially, to be truthful and really just side with what you believe in, even when there's doubts and questions about your beliefs. Like when Wilder said, I'm passing up this money, I'm gonna fight Dominic Brazil on Showtime, right? I'm passing up the DAZN $100 million. He received flack for that, but now nobody's really complaining about it because it looks like he's on a guided path. You know, so he bet on himself and he's taking a risk. Now they said his fight might be on Fox ESPN. So Fox has been doing a kick-ass job of promoting these fights. So all in all, I just feel like, you know, as a black man in America, especially, because it's hard for minorities. If you're a person of color, black or brown skin in America, there's different challenges that some people can be dismissive and dismiss it, but unless you live it, you're not going to know what it feels like. Unless you have those experiences. Some people with the complexion for the protection, they've never experienced these things. They've never seen racism. So it just sounds like a tall tale. It's like Bigfoot or something because you haven't dealt with that. But if you ever experience racism, you'll know it. It's like the room is tense and you can feel like it's just a different energy. And again, a lot of professional black athletes particularly fall victim to, they can't take the heat from fans. You know, fans come at you all kinds of, oh, you're biased. And, you know, the people who are really the problems try to guilt trip you into feeling a different type of way. So people start selling out. They try to sell out and coon and say what you want to hear, or like, oh man, let me hold this back. But I appreciate Deontay Wilder because he didn't do that. He spoke his mind, he spoke his truth, and he spoke it into existence. You know, he told you everything he wanted to do, and now he's working on doing it. And new media is the same way. So I guess there's a part of me that's involved in this too. You know, we have the same belief system, and it's a great thing because the payoff is, you know, is forever. People know, and you know, there's like YouTube channels and writers. They were saying some bullshit last year. Then they look crazy if they say it. Now they just try to act like, you know, they try to jump on board like they knew it. They were the ones saying Anthony Joshua was the man to whoop Wilder, and he can't even get past Ruiz. So now they're going to try to switch it and act like they knew that Anthony Joshua, oh, I knew Anthony Joshua was overrated. Oh, I knew Anthony Joshua would lose. No, that's not what you were saying. So shout out to the real ones, Ego's Army. Shout out to the Bomb Squad, Bronze Bomber, you know, and everybody that keeps it true to themselves and been true from, you know, we stayed trued up from the beginning. Rest in peace to Maxim. Every time I see this picture, man, that shit hurt. But shout out to Wilder. He took a gamble on himself. It's paying off. He out there living his best life in the UK, and I commend that. I'm a young entrepreneur, and it feels great to see, and it's inspirational to see people live by their own rules and succeed at it. Because again, there's a lot of shit, resentment, hate, and jealousy, and, you know, get in your place, boy, type of shit that they throw at you, and you got to be strong enough to take them lashes to see the ultimate payoff without crumbling. And that's what Wilder did. To this day, we unpack. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Wilder living his best life. He in Joshua backyard. He in Fury backyard. I thought nobody knew who he was, but apparently they do. Shout out to the UK for holding the man down. You know, this ain't America. It's not about East or West. It's about niggas and bitches, power and money, riders and punk. It's not about the US, UK. It's about niggas and bitch, power and money, riders and punk. New media. What side are you on? So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.